Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 4 ingredients for manifestation. So there are many aspects for manifestation. The manifestation practices basically involve us aligning with who we want to be and the manifestations that we want to create in our future as part of our reality. So there are many different aspects for manifestation. Manifestation, of course, is the act of creating, but in order for us to create it, we also must align with it, and aligning based on our internal belief system, based on us believing we can achieve it. Now, I've gone a little bit further with 4 ingredients for manifestation, just for consideration, just for you to deepen your practice and to develop awareness around maybe aspects within your manifestation journey that you can look on to strengthen your manifestation practices, and even maybe pinpoint some of the areas that may need to be looked at and explored that may not have been addressed before. This may not come as a surprise for some of you. I'm following the elements. Now, the elements of the mental, the air, the fire, our spirit, the water with our emotions and psychic abilities, and the earth in the practical are all elements that we have within ourselves, that we experience within the reality of life. And when we have all of these elements in balance and in check, then our manifestations are going to increase. The first one that we'll look at is the spiritual. Now, the spiritual is our fire element. It is also connected with our passion, with our desire, with our meaning. And if we've gone through difficulties in life, if we've gone through traumas or difficulties or challenges in early life, and we have lost our connection with our desire and with our purpose, then we may not exactly know what we want. We may not exactly know from a deep place what we feel in alignment with, what we're meant to do, what our true soul calling is in life. And so yes, the inner work is crucially important, of course, for manifestation. Again, as I mentioned, we have to align with what we want. We have to align and be that person that we want to be in our future self. We have to live it now in order to create it, in order to have our reality match that vibrational frequency of who we are from the inside out. Now, the spiritual aspect, the fire aspect, is our soul calling. It is our will. It is our driving force that propels us into the future, that inspires us, that may be sometimes a little bit impulsive, but that's okay. It is very much tied to our fire, to our creative abilities, to create that spark, right? To birth something new into reality. And most importantly, the alignment with our higher self. And the alignment with our higher self and the alignment with our higher consciousness is a very important factor, again, that we need to develop by understanding our shadows, by understanding the difficulties that we faced in the past. And the more that we can invest into that kind of work, into going into the shadows, going into our past, connecting the dots, releasing from the past, creating more pathways and networks for creating a greater future and aligning with our higher self, then the greater alignment you will create and the greater knowing with regards to your passion and to your purpose in life will become. So again, by resolving the past wounds, by resolving the shadow, by resolving the unconscious patterns that have been built over our lifetime, we get to connect more and more and more with our true, authentic self, with our higher knowing, with our higher calling. And that is part of our purpose in life. That is the driving force of who we really are. And by knowing that, that is going to connect you with where you want to go. That is going to connect you with what you are meant to do. You're going to have more of a solid knowing. You're going to have more confidence with that direction. You're going to have more will and power and potency to build out your goals. Maybe even to challenge yourself more, to step out of your comfort zone. This is a work in progress. This is not a linear, this is a very multidimensional experience. But again, the more that we can reflect on these key factors, the more work that we can do, more of the inner work, the greater our manifestations will become. The second is mental. It's air energy. It is of the mind. Now, the universe is mental. According to the 7 Hermetic principles, principle number 1 is mentalism. And the reason why it's number 1 within these 7 principles is because our life, our reality, our creation, our universe, our own little universe starts with a thought. What we want to create, what we desire, starts with a thought. Now, it is said to be known that the universe began with a single thought. All of the creation that we know of today began with a thought. All it takes is the initiation. It's like the fool's journey in tarot. It is a thought. It is the desire. It's the intrigue. It is the knowing, the one thought that sparks all. So when we have a clear idea, we're able to develop a clear plan. We're able to visualize. We're able to then put our mind to good use to create our reality. Then you go into the intellectual aspect of the mind, where we get to research, we get to plan, we get to establish a foundation based on our intellectual knowledge and our curiosity, what we want to maybe share with the world, what we want to read and research, what we want to learn, what we want to know. Now, the mind is very powerful. As I mentioned, it all starts with a single thought. That's one aspect of it. The mental aspect is huge because that is going to connect with our subconscious programming. That is going to connect with the what we say to ourselves on a regular basis, subconsciously and consciously. I can't. What if I fail? I'm afraid of the future. Maybe I don't deserve this. Could also be along the lines of I've never had success, so I don't know what it feels like. Maybe I'm not worthy of it. It's so difficult to make money. It's such a hard world out there. The richer are getting richer, the poorer are getting poorer. I'm never going to get out of this, so on and so on and so on. Those limiting mindsets create our reality. Perception is everything. So it's a very important aspect to be aware of. The third is emotional. Our emotions are crucial for navigating the world, for understanding ourselves, for understanding interpersonal relationships, and for using our senses. It also is connected with our intuition. It is our guiding light for the choices that we make, for how we feel and how we respond in the world, and of course, human connection. So if we've gone through difficulties in the past, if we've gone through traumas, if we've gone through challenges, if we have not learned to process our emotions and instead we have suppressed them, then we are losing the connection with our senses. We also are losing connection with our heart. We are also losing connection with our intuition. So suppressing emotions and not being able to process emotions in a healthy way creates a detachment from all of these different aspects of our being, these very, very crucial, important aspects of our being. Also the connection with our body, being aware of what our body is trying to communicate to us, being aware of our intuition, listening to our intuition very carefully, honoring our intuition, following our heart, opening our heart, healing our heart, processing emotions, understanding triggers, understanding human connection, feeling comfortable in our own skin, feeling comfortable expressing ourselves. And again, if we aren't comfortable with any of these, and if we haven't learned how to process our emotions or work with our emotions, then we suppress so many of these amazing gifts that we have within ourselves. The last is the physical, the earth, the practical realm. This is our body. This is finances. This is our home. This is the earth, Gaia, supporting us and offering us the tools that we need in order to build our manifestations, in order to have safety, security, and stability, in order to create wealth, in order to create abundance, in order to create maybe a healthy career, a healthy family, a healthy body, a healthy life. These are all the material aspects that we have at our fingertips, what we can grow, what we can nurture, what we can build with, even our own skills and talents that allow us to transfer our knowledge, our wisdom, our skills, our talents, all of the other elements, all of the other aspects into the physicality, into a thriving business, into a thriving community, into a thriving family, into a thriving self, into a stable and secure career path, into finances, and again, wealth and abundance. And remember, our Gaia is here to support us. We have the resources. And if you feel out of alignment with any of these four elements, these four key elements for manifestation, take time and reflect at what is missing or what is out of alignment and what may need to be worked on and focused on to bring these four aspects into balance and harmony so they can work together to strengthen your manifestation abilities. And remember, when we are manifesting, when we are projecting into the future, we also need to know who we are in the future. And that lines us up for greater success. because the change that we want in our outer world starts in here. It starts in our inner world. It starts with our inner knowing. It starts from us doing the inner work first. We can create successful manifestations without doing the inner work, but there's a greater chance of our manifestations not sticking. There's a greater chance of greater challenges. There's a greater chance of great upset. There's a greater chance of great change, because we may change and evolve during the process unconsciously. If we don't do the inner work first, if we don't go into our shadow, then we are operating in unconscious ways, and we can build our manifestation according to our unconscious patterns that are playing out. But by working in a conscious way, in alignment with who we really are, then we are on our true path. We have more clarity about what we want to create. We have more certainty around who we are and who we want to be. We have more understanding of the relationships we want in our life. And we step into more personal power and potency with regards to that. We know what to say yes to, we know what to say no to, and we design it accordingly. So I hope this video offered some additional guidance for your manifestation journey and beyond, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.